Pokémon Nuzlocke. A challenge done by many across the world to see if they have the gaming skills to triumph and become victorious. And a slightly harder version of a kid's game. The rules are simple. Catch one Pokemon in every new area, nickname them to build your bond as companions through this journey of hardship. And if a Pokemon dies, bury them. For me specifically, I won't be using any healing items like potions, but I will be using held items like berries and whatnot just to make the run a little more interesting. I've never attempted a Nuzlocke before, so I thought, hey, I have 3 exams, 15 homework assignments, and massive college tuition I need to pay. Sure, I'll play some Pokemon. And that's what this is. The story of my first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke. Will I drown in the depths of my mistakes, costing the lives of friends I make along the way? Or will I moonwalk on this challenge like the second coming of Christ? Who knows? My name is Zender, and this is my Pokemon White Nuzlocke. Enjoy. Our adventure begins with me and my friends opening a present to receive our first ever Pokemon. After some careful consideration and master strategizing, I chose Oshawott to be my starter. I mean, look at this guy. He's pretty cool. After beating my friends, proving I'm just built different, we make our way to the professor's lab and finally name our little otter Walmart. The Nuzlocke has officially begun. But not before my mom putting Life 360 on my phone. Gosh darn it, Mom. We learn how to catch Pokemon and eventually run into Princess, the Lillipup. Because everyone knows a dog named Princess is very lethal. We run into this guy named N who challenges us with a cat who Walmart proceeds to drown. Drowned cats live better, Walmart. We continue on our way and run into a cat of our own. Bianca tries challenging us again, but my pit bull is better than her pit bull, and unlike her, I don't use a leash. We beat up some kids and eventually get our 4th soldier, Pansear. We kick Charon's nerd ass and make our way to the first gym. With our ragtag group of misfits ready for war, there isn't anything that can slow us down. It started off great. Princess takes down Charon's Lillipup and is able to do some decent damage on the Pansage. We eventually switch out to Harambe to take the Vine Whips, but then he crits us, which isn't very fun. We continue on with the damage, but the Pansage uses Workup for the 3rd time, raising its attack even higher. We're already in crit range, and I'm starting to think that a normal Vine Whip would just kill us anyway. And on top of that, Incinerate does barely any damage. It has 30 power. That would not do shit in Rise of Kingdoms. We get it low, but because it's faster and I'm worried of it killing my valuable fire type, I switch out into Beluga to try and outspeed it. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Beluga. I can only hope you aren't the first of many to haunt me on this journey. Anyways, we cut down a tree, fight some gingers who are kicking a floating gumball, and run into our next Welcome to the team, Matt Pat. Continuing on, we beat Charon by burning his garden snake alive and find ourselves a Blitzel named Taser. Once entering the cave nearby to fight some more gingers, we find a Roggenrola. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think when you see this thing? Do you think, oh, he's just a cute little rock dude with 2 little feet and a little eye? Yeah, well, I thought that too until I realized that's his ear. This dude is blind and finds people through sound on its ear. It's a walking ear rock, which if kept later down the line can evolve into Gigalith if I have any friends to trade it with. Anyways, we make our way to the town of the 2nd gym, and let me say something real quick. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said I'd just be using held items just to spice up the run? Well, I lied. The real reason is because of this stupid meerkat. This is Watchog, and if you're thinking, man, that's a really dumb and stupid and ugly and stupid looking Pokemon, well, you're not alone. In fact, you're correct. This stupid arms cross piece of shit is the gym leader Lenore's ace, and it knows the move Hypnosis. Hypnosis is a move that when hit puts the target to sleep. And do you know what happens when you fall asleep? Yeah, that's right, you die. It only has 60% accuracy, so you might think, oh, I don't have to worry about it hitting me. No, this thing finds a way to hit that move every time. So of course I'm taking the berries Charon gives me so that I don't fall asleep and I don't kill myself. Even with C-Bum, our Pinwheel Forest encounter, being a fighting type, he isn't the quickest or the most defensive, so I guess I'll go fuck myself. But putting away my feelings of hate and anger, we level up some of the boys and make our way to the gym. And yes, I have a Watchog on my team, and no, I'm not proud of it. The battle starts with her herdier intimidating my boy, dropping his attack and immediately using takedown. We eventually kill it and make Lenora waste a potion, but this is where the battle gets messy. My fighting type is almost dead and nowhere fast enough to get an attack on this hellspawn of a Pokemon, so C-Bum is practically useless. But that's okay. I bring in Terra, the Roggenrola from earlier, who I gave one of the Chesto berries to, you know, just in case the Watchog hit Hypnosis. Well, would you look at that? Anyways, we wake up and I start spamming Sand Attack. 3 Sand Attacks later and Terra now on low HP, I bring out Walmart to get a weak with Razor Shell and then send out Princess to finish it off. This thing can go to hell. Guess what? Gingers are back and now they're stealing Pokemon bones. Whoop-dee freaking do. We chase them into a nearby forest, track them down, listen to some old guy talk about Pokemon politics or something, I don't know, and eventually get the skull back to Lenora. After that fiasco, we make our way to Castelia City, which is supposed to be Pokemon's New York, but it's very inaccurate because of the lack of homeless people. We also learn that Team Plasma, those are the Gingers, by the way, I don't know if I made that clear or not. We learn that they've stolen one of Bianca's Pokemon and are hiding somewhere in the city. I can only imagine that in the midst of robbing her, Bianca said something on the lines of, "Oh my god, are you stealing my Pokemon? OMG, massive ick, extremely bombastic ick. Are you an Aquarius? This is such an Aquarius thing to do. OMG, I gotta get this for TikTok." What am I talking about? Oh, right. We rescue her Pokemon. Here's some more political mumbo-jumbo that I didn't understand because of my selective hearing, and finally make our way to the 3rd gym. This gym is nothing but bugs. So you want to know what I do when there's nothing but bugs? I send my fire monkey to burn them all, including the gym leader's final Pokemon. Batch 3. After that, we battle and beat Bianca, reminding her of 2 things. 1, you can't beat me. 2, I'm not a Gemini, Bianca. I'm a Cancer. And just like a Cancer, I wipe out all of Charon's Pokemon. Why did I write that? Anyway, we continue on fighting some more peeps to join our ranks and make our way to Nimbasa City. This is where things start to get a little tricky. And I don't know if it's because of the game or if it's because of me. And no, it's not because I caught a literal bag of garbage as my next encounter, but because N makes me ride a Ferris wheel, almost kills my pet rock, and then proceeds to put me in a dating sim. And now I have to face the 4th gym. The Electric Gym. The Electric Gym that spams Volt Switch. Going back into move stats, Volt Switch is a move that when hit, swaps the Pokemon in battle to another Pokemon in your party, enabling you to predict moves from opponents and then switch to the Pokemon best suited for that battle. It also has 70 power. So in other words, it kinda hurts. I died to this gym multiple times as a kid because I didn't have the brain capacity to realize that electric beats water and spamming water pulse over and over isn't gonna change that. But I'm a new man. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm slightly taller. But most importantly, I have a plan. She starts off with one of the Emolgas and I bring out Walmart. Now I know what you're thinking, Zender, didn't you just do a whole bit about younger you being an idiot sending in a water type against an electric type? Why are you bringing out the water type? Well, because I immediately switch out Walmart, predicting the Volt Switch, and send in my newly evolved Taser, who has Motor Drive. With Taser speed increase, we bash this rodent to the ground, only taking a slight amount of damage. But now the real fight begins. She brings out her own Zebstrika. Of course, none of us can use electric type moves, so we both just spam Flame Charge. I happen to get a crit, putting me ahead of the opponent in health, but it wasn't enough. She heals, but not before I send out my newly evolved Harambe. That is a weird sentence I never thought I'd actually say, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that this boy can dig, and apparently dig is greater than Thunder Zebra, so down goes the Zeb Striker. Now all that's left is the extra Emolga, who has no friends left to Volt Switch into. With only one foe left to conquer to finally beat this gym, I bring out all of my strategies and knowledge I can of Pokemon to defeat this last opponent and claim victory. And I one-shot it. Harambe hit it with a flame burst and got a critical hit, so it's dead. Like for part 2.